If we want to dominate the world, language is the key. Have you ever heard the phrase that said by language we can dominate the world? What do you think about it? For me, I couldn't doubt about it anymore. That was absolutely right. Why? Because language is the number one communication tool in all parts of the world, isn't it? Language enables us to know the information, to know the culture, to open our minds and to communicate with people all around the world. The question is, which language can dominate the world? So ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nur Fadila and I am in my third semester of studies toward a bachelor's in English Literature at State Islamic University Sunan Gunung Djati, Bandung. Thank you to LPB, Lembaga Pembinaan Bahasa of State Islamic University Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung, and the most honorable judges for providing me with the opportunity to speak about this topic today. So, as we all know, that we are currently in the coronavirus pandemic period, which has lasted almost 2 years. Wow, without realizing it, it turns out we have been through it for quite a long time. Coronavirus generally changes all of us, changes our habit, changes our environment, even changes our mindset. We all know how things are going during this pandemic. We know the word lockdown, a situation when we are all required to stay at home. If we take a look back and think about it again, that extremely frustrated. But I once read a quote, which actually I forgot where I read it, but it keeps popping up on my mind. It said that the situation will be good or bad depending on how we react to it. Just like during this pandemic, we have to respond it in a positive way. Now, I have a question to you all guys. What has the pandemic done to you? Did you become a better person or vice versa? Because during the pandemic, I think we all might, especially students like us, have a lot of time. Because I feel that as a student, I feel I have a lot of time during this pandemic. Well, so what do you use your free time during this pandemic? Is it a useful activities or is it just laying down, just lazing around and become kaum rebahan? I remember that during the pandemic, the TikTok trend was very much discussed. I saw many people recording themselves doing usable activities during quarantine, some exercising, some still earning, some working, and many more. Doesn't all of that really motivate us? Here, I will tell you about activities that are no less usable and very positive that we can do during the pandemic, even though this pandemic period will end soon. Amen. As I mentioned earlier, these activities I will discuss are about learning a language. Because once again, by language, we can dominate the world. Also, to answer the question that I mentioned earlier, which language can dominate the world? The answer is all of that. All languages are important. But the main thing we have to learn as a bridge is English. Once I read a quote from Nelson Mandela. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his own language, that goes to his heart. Because when you speak a language English, well, many people understand you, including Afrikaners, but when you speak Afrikaans, you go straight to their heart. Mandela's statement is inspirable from his experience while imprisoned on Robben Island. There, Mandela studied Afrikaans in order to get to know the guards. Moreover, Mandela even read books and delved into his oppressive tradition. Through language, Mandela won the hearts of the guards at a Robben Island prison. He learned and mastered the language to negotiate and then fought to overthrow the apartheid regime. From the story of Nelson Mandela, I am increasingly convinced that language is indeed a window and even a door to the world. So, from the discussion I have been talking about, let me briefly restate the main points. Learn the language you want to learn, not only limited by English or mother tongue, especially in this pandemic period where we often stay at home and have a little more time, we can fill our spare time to learn foreign languages. Since the times are getting more advanced and the resources are getting more and more, so make it the most of it. Maybe with that we can contribute to building the world as a better place, like Nelson Mandela. Ladies and gentlemen, the audience blessed by God, presumably enough of here a little speech that I can say, for all the mistakes I said words are less willing hearts in your heart, but of which I intentionally or not, I apologize profusely. Akhiru kalam, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.